we're going to try and set up as many word problems as possible between today and tomorrow. Now, the first problem and the ones afterwards, I'm just going to help you set them up, and then you are going to continue solving them at home. The first problem states a sports club charges an initiation fee and a monthly fee. At the end of 5 months, a member had paid a total of $170. At the end of 10 months, she had paid a total of $295. What is the initiation fee? Now let's go back to what the problem is telling me. I have two types of fee. I have an initiation fee, so I'm going to call it an IS, and then a monthly fee. So let's call this one I, and that one, so I, and this one M. Now, after 5 months, the member has paid a total of $170. So whenever I go to the club, I have to pay that initiation fee no matter what, and then I have to pay every month a monthly fee. So the initiation fee is paid no matter how many months I'm going to the gym. But for the first 5 months, I'm paying that monthly fee 5 times, and it all adds up to a total of $170. At the end of 10 months, which means I'm paying that initiation fee once, and then I'm paying 10 monthly fees, I have paid a total of $295. Now I have a system of equations that you can best choose to solve by elimination or substitution. Now remember, the i's both have the same coefficient and the same sign. So just as a quick reminder, subtract the two equations and find your solution. Remember, the problem is asking me what is the initiation fee. Problem number 2. A tennis club charges an annual fee and an hourly fee. Let's call them A and H. A from annual, H from hourly. 1 year, one member played 39 hours and paid $384. Another member played 51 hours and played $456. Now determine the annual and hourly fees. So if every year I'm going to have to pay an annual fee and then every month, that $384 is going to be represented by my annual fee plus 39 hours times that hourly fee, which equals $384. The second year, I paid my annual fee plus 51 hourly fees for a total of $456. Now you are ready to solve by either elimination or substitution. The third one. A football stadium has 20,000 seats between the goal line and 5,000 seats in the end zone. An end zone seat or an E seat is $5 cheaper than one between the goal lines. So how would I represent that? I could say that an end zone ticket is a goal line ticket minus $5. For one game, the revenue was $350,000 when all the seats were sold. So if I sell all the seats, I will earn $350,000. Now, how many seats are there? There are 20,000 seats between the goal lines and 5,000 seats in the end zone. So how will I use that revenue question to set up that second equation. The revenue is $350,000 for all the seats. Well, how do we get the revenue? We have 20,000 seats between the goal lines. We have 20,000 seats between the goal lines times the price for a goal line ticket plus 5,000 seats in the end zone times the price of an end zone ticket equals $350,000. Now, you can see that it's already kind of set up for me in that substitution form, and you can use the expression that represents E to plug in into the second equation and find what is the cost of each type of seat. Number 4, when 20 bolts are placed in a box, the total mass is 340. When there are 48 bolts in the box, the total mass is 760 grams. Determine the mass of the box and the mass of each bolt. So we have a box, which we can label X, and bolts, which we can label Y. Now I know that when I place 20 bolts in the box, so I have a box which is X plus 20 of those bolts, the mass is 340. When I place in the box which is X 48 bolts, the mass is 760. Now you have your system of equations and you can choose one of the two methods to solve it. Problem number 5. A principal of 500 is invested, part at 7% per annum and the rest at 10% per annum. Now let's stop right here. I already know that out of my principal amount, I have to split it in two parts, that I don't know how much they represent. So if the 7% per annum is my X and the 10% per annum amount is my Y, I know that if I add the two, I get my principal amount of $500. Now, in 1 year, the total interest earned was $44. Now, how do I represent that interest? Well, let's remember that the X amount of money was invested at 7%. So I'm earning 7% on that amount. How can I write that? Well, remember we can transform percents in decimals, and I can write it as 0.07x plus the interest rate on the Y amount is 10%, so plus 0.1y equals $44. Now again, just like we did in the mixture problems, eliminate your decimals by multiplying the whole equation by 100, and you are good to go and solve your system of equations.